All right, up next we have Cancer, Rising, and Sun. So for you guys, this new moon in Scorpio is happening in your fifth house. And if you haven't watched the intro, definitely recommend watching that because this is a weird new moon. It has kind of carried over energy from the eclipses, and it definitely has a little bit of that volatility. And one of the reasons is because Mars is conjunct this new moon in Scorpio, and Mars is opposite, and the moon is opposite Uranus. So that brings some kind of unexpected quality to some of the things that are happening now. And for you guys being in the fifth house, I'm definitely seeing something around relationships coming up. The fifth house can have to deal with dating and romantic life, putting ourselves out there, but it also has a very social quality as well, and our relationship with our children. So these key areas, your social life, especially meeting new people, as well as your relationship with your kids, your dating, romance life, those areas could go through some kind of transformational shift. And I feel like you guys may have had things in the past that have led to a little bit of disappointments that I'm seeing with the cards here. And with this new moon being conjunct Mars, I think it's about rebuilding confidence in this area of your life. And I see with the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands, you're coming more into an evolution of confidence here. That might be kind of hard won. So the Knight of Wands is somebody who is inspired, who is adventurous, who is passionate, who's energized. And so I feel like you guys have a lot of energy in this area of your life for relationships right now. Maybe you're wanting to, this could also be like hobbies and creative projects as well. Maybe you're wanting to kind of pursue some new interest of yours, whether that's a person or an activity. And I see you guys kind of gaining confidence and resolution about that, especially because you go from the Knight to the Queen, which is an advancement or progress being made in regards to how confident you are and how much you trust your intuition and how expansive you feel in this area of your life. So I see you guys coming into a lot more joy, following these things, growing in your confidence, feeling like I can do this. You know, I want this. I'm going to put myself out there. And Mars has a lot of that energy of assertiveness and not being afraid to kind of ask for what we want and go after the things that we want. But then I see this Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups usually is something that relates to pessimism or disappointment or regret, failure, things not working out and being bummed about it. And so this was the last card actually. So I feel like there's something here where you may be kind of growing and then things that don't work out for you. Let's say you go on a date and it's just you're amping yourself up, you're feeling good, you're feeling yourself, and then the person never calls you back. That might lead you to this feeling of being a little bit bummed out, of feeling like, you know, what in the world happened? I thought that we hit it off. I thought that I was doing well. I was growing in my energy, my confidence, and then it doesn't even pan out. And so that might happen for you guys either around this new moon or prior to it, where you're having to kind of confront your self feeling confident, even in situations that don't always produce a necessary environment for that. So if we have disappointments or if things don't always work out right away, can we still feel good about ourselves and not make that mean something about us, for example? Can we still have that resilience and that emotional strength and not allow it to kind of take us back steps and tell ourselves actually that the reason this is happening is because that person or that thing or this weird energy in our relationship with our children or whatever it is that we're trying to experience or pursue that brings us joy. We're trying to, we need to know that it's not about us and that it's just, it wasn't meant to be, that sometimes these things happen, that sometimes they're here as lessons and rather than things that we're meant to experience in personal failures. So with this moon and Mars opposite Uranus in 11th house, some unexpected qualities could come in terms of your goals and the success of those goals. If you're trying to pursue something creative or a hobby, for example, it could also bring unexpected outcomes in areas of friendships and relationships. And these areas of our life can, again, be volatile, but that means also that unexpected new things will come in. So, and this is a new moon. So this is what this is indicating. If things haven't worked out in the past, or if there is even a disappointment around this new moon, recognize that that's actually opening a door for someone better or for something new, something more exciting, more aligned for you. And I definitely see that with this attraction card. Your energy is very attractive right now. You are magnetic. You're going to pull in the people, the resources, the things that you need to actually have more friends, or have the things that you want, or have more joy, or have a better relationship with your children, for example. So you are very magnetic right now. And if there are things being pulled away or repelled or not working out, that disappointment actually is leading you towards something much better. So it could feel like, a little bit of a setback, or like it hurts your ego with the Six of Wands in reverse. Maybe something happens and you're like, shit, well, they rejected me. I'm feeling so bad about that. Or, I thought I was going to be good at this thing and promote myself in this way, and I didn't get the recognition. There's something here where it's like, and it's trying to tell you that there is actually an opportunity with this Page of Pentacles on the other side of that. This is not the end. That wasn't meant for you. That was a closed door. And so I think that what this card is saying is it's saying that there's a lot to be thankful for, and you can trust that all of this is happening for a reason, and that good things are coming to you. With this moon opposite Uranus squaring Black Moon Lilith in the second house, it's basically saying that your area of confidence is the one where there are shadows coming into play. And this could also have to deal with your money, as well as your stability or your survival instinct. So these three aspects of yourself, so your self-worth and your confidence, your money or your financial material situation, or your desire for stability and comfort, these three areas may have something come up around them as a result of one of these setbacks, for example. So let's say that you try to go on a date with somebody and it didn't work out. Like I said, they reject you, and then your self-esteem takes a hit. And really what that's showing you is that your self-esteem already had shadows and things there that needed to be addressed and worked through before you went on that date. And it's just that person brought it out. It was a catalyst of bringing it out, of how you need to become more stable in yourself, more confident in yourself, so that regardless of the situation, you're not being impacted on a personal level around your own self-worth and your image of yourself just because somebody else decides that they don't want to date you. It's like getting to a place where you're so centered that it doesn't really matter what happens in the relationship with your kids, or in your dating life, or if people approve of you publicly, or if they enjoy what you do, for example. It's like it doesn't matter what other people say or what's going on in those connections. What matters is your perception of yourself and what you do and your worth of yourself. And so that's what I feel like you're going to have to explore a little bit and, make some changes around in order to become a lot more solid in who you are. And that takes a lot of deep internal reflection with this Wheel card, a lot of reflection on your emotions and your past, and not letting those things bog you down, being able to go to those depths, analyze them, and then come back up with the wisdom and without the darkness necessarily. So I guess the last thing that I'll mention is you guys have Mercury in the 6th house, sextiling Venus and Libra in the 4th. So one kind of side note for this new moon is that you guys are having a nice balance in your work and your home life right now. I think there's a good flow in that area of your life. So that can also be a way to build up your confidence by having a good routine, a good sleep schedule, making sure your home is tidy. Kind of caring for those foundational aspects of your life can be a very good source of optimism, especially if you find that your beliefs or your perspectives or your viewpoints of yourself or of life at times get a little bit dark. Kind of going back to those foundational, rudimentary aspects of life can ensure that you don't go into a negative spiral, or that you don't overthink things or get upset about things that are just not worth your energy. And so that is what I'm saying for you, Cancer. If that resonates, I would love to hear down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. If you want a 2024 forecast, I have like an hour and a half reading, limited number quantity, because I don't have that much time before the end of the year. I'm working on some other projects. But it's really in depth where we break down month by month what you can expect in these transits. And I'll also pull cards and everything. And it's something I prepare for hours beforehand. So it's very in depth. It's very helpful for this year ahead. If you find that, you have some big transits coming up, it'll be just very, very helpful because you'll know kind of how to the perspective to have, the larger perspective around these things, how to maybe modify your behavior to get the best out of something or to avoid the worst case scenario and to take advantage of the year ahead. So if you're interested in that, I will link that down below, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Bye.